Hello friends, today I have an amazing recipe for these date-filled shortbread cookies, also called MAMOUL. They are Middle Eastern traditional recipe that I have been making for the past few times and I really like them. Everyone I've shared this with love them. So here's what you're going to need to make these delicious cookies. You can make a whole bunch and they'll stay delicious and fresh for a long time. So what you're going to need are 3 cups of semolina, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a cup of milk powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg powder. So go ahead and mix in all of those dry ingredients. And then we're going to prepare the yeast mixture. So for this you need a 1/4 cup of warm water, 1 teaspoon of instant yeast, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Give all of that a nice mix. So next we have the wet ingredients. So half a cup of vegetable oil, a half a cup of ghee, a 1/4 cup of rose water. Here we have a 1/4 cup of milk and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can use less vanilla extract if you don't like it too much. And here's the yeast mixture that we prepared earlier. So go ahead and give everything a nice mix with a spoon, and then once it starts to come together slowly, you can go ahead and use your hands. It's easier to do it with your hands because the heat from your hands is going to melt the ghee and the mixture will hold better and come together nicely. So just do it like this. Get your hands dirty. You can put on a glove if you prefer, and then it looks like this. It comes together nicely and turns into a nice batter, a nice dough. And cover this for 1 hour and leave it at room temperature. So next we're going to prepare our date paste. So take some medjoul dates or whatever soft dates you have, put them in a food processor, add about 1 tablespoon of butter or ghee and just blend it all up until you get a nice even consistency, a sticky paste that looks like this. And we're going to use about 1 pound or 450 grams of dates. And then we're going to remove the plastic wrap that we put on our batter that was resting for almost an hour. And if you find that your dough is a little bit firm like this, just go ahead and add a little bit of milk at a time just to make sure that it becomes soft and easily moldable into the shape that we're going to make them in. So it just has to be a little bit soft, not too firm. So we ended up adding about half a cup of milk to the total batter just to make it very easily moldable and shapeable. So we're just going to give this a nice knead until it all comes together nicely and it's very easy to handle. So just add a few drops of milk at a time. You don't want to add too much, otherwise it'll be too runny and it won't hold its shape. So over here you see that it's nice and soft and it holds its shape nicely. It's easy to mold. That's the right texture and consistency that you want your dough to be. Then we're going to go ahead and make small round dough balls. And we're also going to do the same thing with our date paste. We're going to make dough balls and date balls. So here's our date paste that we made earlier. And we go ahead and shape everything into nice, even, equal-sized balls of dough. So make sure to grease your hands if it gets sticky, but we didn't have to do that because our dough was already quite greasy with all the butter and the oil that we added to it. Then we went ahead and made small date balls with our date paste. Just make sure that your date balls are half the size of your dough balls so that they fit into it very nicely. These are the molds that we use to shape our MAMOUL. We ordered these on Amazon. If you don't have this, you can also use this chocolate truffle shape mold. you can just punch out this little hole, and it makes a really nice shape of cookie as well. Or you can, if you don't have any of these, you don't need them, you can just make some imprints with a fork and it'll look just as nice. So to get ready to fill the cookies, we're going to flatten out the dough and fill it in with the date ball, and then we're going to just pinch the sides to enclose it completely. You can add some plastic wrap over the mold to make it easier to pull out afterwards. So with the plastic wrap, it makes it really easy and it just comes out very nicely. You can make whatever shape of cookie you want. You can make some small ones or some longer ones. So here's a smaller one that we like to make. It looks like a really cute truffle. It's so cute. And then you can also make another shape here. It's a long oval kind of shape. It also looks very nice. So this yellow mold that we have is super handy because it's 3-in-1 and it's super easy to use. So we're going to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 15 minutes until they are nice and golden brown on the outside. Make sure you place the similar cookies on the same baking sheet, otherwise if you have different size cookies, the smaller ones will bake faster and the other ones will still be raw on the inside. So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a try and I'm sure you're going to love these delicious cookies. So stay tuned. Until next time, have a great day.